No doubt, F-35 is the best fifth-gen fighter jet, and Donald Trump is offering India to buy it.
We'll be increasing military sales to India by many billions of dollars. We're also paving the way to ultimately provide India with the F-35 stealth fighters.
Is this purchase a smart move for India, or is it a prestige burden that the country simply can't afford? On the surface, it might seem like a great deal, but a deeper look reveals strategic challenges India faces with such a purchase. Let's start with the cost. Each F-35 costs more than $100 million with additional billions needed for maintenance, spare parts and logistics. For India, buying even a few of the jets would mean slashing budgets for other defense needs, and that's just the beginning. Now, let us look into the Indian budget 2025. India has allocated rupees 6.81 lakh crores to the Ministry of Defence. This allocation underscores the government's commitment to modernizing the armed forces and enhancing national security. However, a significant portion of this budget, approximately 4.7 lakh crores, is dedicated to personal costs including salaries and pensions. This leaves around 1.8 lakh crore for capital expenditures aimed at modernization and procurement of new equipments. Now, you will be stunned to know that the cost of just two squadrons of F-35 jets would account for approximately 34% of Indian capital expenditure allocation for defense in 2025. A jet so great that it's not just stealthy in the skies but also steadily wipes out your modernization funds. Perhaps after buying the F-35, India's next big purchase will be a magnifying glass. F-35 is a marvel of modern engineering, a stealth fighter that symbolizes cutting-edge technology. But for India, the question is not just about buying the jet. It's about whether the cost, compatibility and challenges are worth it. The truth, this could be more of a prestige purchase than a practical one. Indian Air Force has relied heavily on Soviet-designed jets for decades. The backbone of the fleet includes Su-35 MQ-1s, MiG-29s, and even the aging MiG-21s. Indian pilots are trained and experienced in handling these aircrafts, which operate on entirely different systems than the F-35. And here lies the problem. Introducing the F-35 would mean overhauling 80% of India's radar and communication system. These systems, designed for Soviet jets, are incompatible with the advanced American technology that the F-35 demands. F-35 is not just expensive to buy, it's expensive to integrate. India would need to replace its Soviet-era radars, overall ground infrastructure, and retain pilots to use entirely new system. The cost, billions of dollars. Switching from Soviet technology to US systems is not just about money, it's about time. This overhaul could disrupt India's current operations. F-35 demands precision and mastery of advanced stealth technology, something that pilots used to Soviet-era jets might struggle with. It's not a switch you can make overnight. India's Soviet-era fleet is also aging rapidly. The MiG-21s are nearing the end of their service life, and even the Su-30s will need upgrades soon. Instead of addressing this pressing issue, buying the F-35 would divert resources away from maintaining and modernizing the current fleet. India's real threats lie in China and Pakistan. But here is the question, can a few F-35s realistically counter China's vast fleet or address the challenges of a two-front war? At present, China Air Force has over 200 Chengdu J-20 stealth fighter jets in service. And we all know that the J-20, known as the Mighty Dragon, is China's premier fifth-generation fighter aircraft. Moreover, China has above 1,300 modern fourth-gen fighter jets in its possession, and there is the strategic reality. India faces a two-front threat, Pakistan in the west and China in the north. Would a handful of F-35s realistically change the balance of power? While China already operates stealth jets like J-20, and Pakistan is steadily upgrading its air fleet, while the F-35 might add prestige, it's not a game changer in a war with two adversaries. Instead of focusing on a high-cost jets, India could strengthen its existing fleet by buying more Rafales, modernizing the Su-30s, and investing in better air defense systems. India's indigenous fighter programs like the Tejas and the ambitious AMCA are also stuck in delays. The Tejas Mk2 is still in development, and the AMCA, India's fifth generation stealth fighter, is years away for production. The F-35 might seem like a quick fix, but it diverts resources from these critical projects. Without investing in its own capabilities, India risks remaining dependent on foreign suppliers. The Air Force needs at least 42 squadrons to counter Pakistan and China, but currently buying a few F-35 won't solve this problem. What India really needs is a fleet expansion strategy that focuses on numbers, reliability, and cost effectiveness. The F-35 is undeniably advanced, but does it align with India's strategic vision? Instead of chasing prestige purchases, India must think long-term about developing its own stealth technology, improving squadron strength, and countering regional threats with a holistic strategy. Otherwise, the F-35 risks becoming a symbol of misplaced priorities, a jet India bought because it was pressured to, not because it needed to.